Hi, my name is Bodyrox Okunnu. I'm the founder and CEO of Bodyrox Fitness Studios. I'm the Minister of Fitness as well. Fitness is my business. It's what I do. Started from me being this little kid that, hadn't had an athletic background and didn't do anything fitness-wise. Spending some time in the summer with a friend who introduced me to martial arts. So I started fighting, just training purposes. And then obviously that led into me paying more attention to my body and how to progress myself physically. And yeah, so fitness was born out of that for me. My biggest push comes from within myself. I have this fighter mentality. I'm aggressive in the abstract, not physically, apart from when I'm competing. Yeah, so that comes from inside me. People that have this kind of mindset tend to just have this push from inside, this drive. And it's powered by my faith, my circles, my close circles, my really close friends. So I get that drive to keep going and to keep doing and to keep being bigger and try to be more meaningful than even myself. Raising capital has been one of the toughest things. I first had to learn that usually what you have around you is actually just enough. But a lot of my initial capital came from gifts from friends. Like my first studio was its first starting bit of assets was just one kettlebell that was gifted to me. It was something that was not used in her house. Like she bought it for her mother, and her mother didn't want it anymore. So she's like, "Hey, you can have this kettlebell." So I used the kettlebell, designed a bunch of programs around the kettlebell, and I started doing classes. And I raised a bunch of money from the kettlebell, and then used that money to buy some more stuff, and then started renting a space, and the studio was born. Oh yeah, a lot of things drive me crazy. But usually human beings, people drive me crazy. People are always trying to be silly. So yeah, and I can be a bit socially awkward, even though a lot of people don't realize that. But people can be the bane of my life. Yeah, people tend to just be annoying. My big break came from big shockers, and understanding and learning that sometimes the thing you're looking for is really usually like right in front of you, or like people that you never expect things to come from or help to come from them, and they're the ones that give you the big break or give you some help. I told a story earlier about how I really ran out of funds and money, and my aunt, who I had not met since I was like 4 years old, just randomly asked my mother for like my account details and sent me a huge chunk of money. It meant everything to me at the time, and that just really rejuvenated my belief in fate and humans and how amazing life can be sometimes, and how it can take so strange turns. So yeah, that was one of the things that really set it up for me. Like I said, I'm experimental with myself. I'm experimental with the things that I do. I don't push out information unless I've tested it and experimented on it myself first. And because of my crazy design and the way my mind works towards exercise. So people always ask me questions like, "Hey, I see what you're doing. I like it. It looks weird. It looks crazy. Is it working for you? Could you help me out? Could you work on something with me?" And I just started charging people for that. Like, you know what? You want this information so bad. It's working. So I'm gonna put a bill on it. Worst day in my career was 2014. I just come back to Nigeria. I had ordered some equipment from the UK, and it was coming over by ship. And I got a message that the ship had broken down, and I had to go back to the UK, take out the containers and put new containers on and come back again. This incident cost me 2.5 months of rent in the space I had already paid for, but I had nothing to start with. Because of that, I didn't have money when my stuff actually did arrive. So it was accruing demurrage fees, and I had a bunch of more money to pay. And yeah, things just got really, really crazy for me. And I just didn't know what was going to happen, or if my business was actually going to ever come to life in Nigeria. So I went to three days of depression. I didn't have my bath, and like that. It was horrible. I have long days. I don't sleep too much at night. I get up at 4:28 in the morning. After that, I do my meditation, my prayers, And depending on what day it is, if it's from the 1st to 21st, I have like a morning routine workout that I do at home, and then I listen to podcasts. I do that pretty much on the way as I'm driving to work. So sometimes I start work at 5:30 a.m., sometimes at 7 a.m., most times at 7 a.m. So from 7 a.m., I take classes, I supervise my trainers, I take on personal training clients, I do some paperwork, I talk to my management team, I have interviews, I go out, check out sites, I do some more. Yeah, all the way up to like about 8 p.m. and I try to get home about 9 p.m. So that's my general day. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Nigeria is full of pressure in so many ways. I tell a lot of other people who are trying to get into business, so just generally, if you can do business here in Nigeria, you can do it anywhere in the world because of how much pressure Nigeria brings to the table. And, like what do you call it? Put the coal, carbon under pressure, and then diamond comes out of it, or put the gold bar through the fire and refines it. So Nigeria is really good at doing that to you, like really putting pressure on you. But how I deal with pressure is when I'm not talking. I talk a lot all through the week, but the moments when I get to be silent, when I get to listen, like when I'm in church on a Sunday morning, I get to decompress. So that's always very good for me. So when I'm listening to stuff, and when I'm just listening to somebody who I find inspiring, or someone who has wisdom for me, I'm always open to wisdom. Wisdom calms me and it decompresses me and chills the pressure out. My ability to spot opportunities and my conviction and courage to like see it through. A lot of people might see opportunities, but usually tend to lack the courage to see it through. And I take risks a lot. I'm a bit of a daredevil when it comes to business. I jump on things that other people might find too scary, or this is not going to pay off no dividends. But yeah, if I have my spirit agrees with it and my head tells me, yeah, I just jump right in. I'm aggressive and stuff like that. The fact that I'm able to see opportunities, the fact that I have the courage to like see it through, that is my advantage. Because Nigeria is full of opportunities. Because so much is going wrong, it opens up a lot of opportunities for people. Most people just don't see it. Most people are so busy stressing out about Nigeria and all the problems, they fail to see the opportunities. What can make me end? Yeah, that would take a lot. I would have to really be happy with the way things were in Bodyrox now. Like the business was self-sufficient, it was evolving on its own, and it was in the best hands. People were able to propagate it and take it to where it's supposed to go. It's a franchise now. All our process systems and our mapping, everything is in place. At that point, I'll be very happy and very comfortable to take my heart, take my mind, and put it into something else that I really love, which is teaching. I love to teach. So maybe in the future, you don't know me as minister, maybe you know me as Professor Maya. Could happen. Be prepared to play the long game. It's not something you're going to come in, and not just to young people trying to get into it, even people with serious means who want to just open a fitness facility or a gym. Be ready to play the long game, because it's not something you're going to get into in 1 year, make a whole lot of money, and then come out of it. For a few reasons, because especially here in Nigeria, a big thing we're trying to tackle is the mindset of people. A lot of people don't value fitness, or usually have to have a health scare before they decide that they want to get fit or healthy. And so you're going to spend a lot of time just changing that mindset first. You have to do a lot of work on the people first before you can even do your fantastic fitness design or exert your amazing talent at whatever, dancing or yoga or whatever it is that you do. So just be prepared to play the long game for that reason, one. And also because, things cost a lot of money. And then if you're in a position where you end up buying a lot of equipment, before you recuperate the funds for that, you're gonna be in this for a while. So if it's something you just have like a little itch to do, and it's like maybe like a side attraction for you, you probably should just let it go and focus on something else. But it's something that you actually make sure it's something that you really want to do, because you're gonna be in it for the long haul. And it's what we try to preach anyway to people. It's a lifestyle. It's not supposed to be an in and out thing. You're supposed to do this for the rest of your life. So yeah.